Now, Target, you guys know that I've been showing you throughout the week everything that's happening with Amazon and that they're now selling cars online. And they've consistently made a heavy investment, not only in robotics, but artificial technology and research and development to continue to build out everything from logistics to their warehouses and making it much easier, much cheaper, and then also much more efficient for them to service their customers in a shorter amount of time and not have to depend on regular people in order to continue to fill their customers' needs, right? Now, on the flip side of that, you got Target battling Amazon and Walmart. Now, we also had a segment on Walmart in which we know that Walmart has been spending a lot of money continuing to innovate, not only to battle Amazon, but to also remain a leader in that Walmart is largely making up at least 1/4 of all of the groceries that's sold inside of the United States of America. Let me say that again. Walmart, the groceries within America, Walmart is controlling and is selling at least a quarter, 25, I believe, 0.8% of all groceries that is sold inside of the United States of America goes in and out of Walmart's doors. And so that also begs the question, and it leaves you with, well, what happens to all of the other retailers, including other large retailers, mom and pop spots, grocery stores, Kroger's, Publix, all of these publicly traded companies, these privately owned companies. We did a segment on Aldi, for example, and showed you how they're a privately owned company, but they're continuing to expand within the United States of America based off of their low cost model while still adding value into people's lives while they're going through what is being perceived as a recession slash driven by inflationary environment, right? And so that asks and that begs the question, well, where does Target stand throughout all of this, and how are they going to be able to compete against the likes of an Amazon and a Walmart, considering all of this innovation and technology that's being invested into our societies? And Anton told y'all yesterday that I think that Amazon is going to take over the entire world. Let me go ahead and show you what's happening over at Target, in which they feel is a solution for them to continue to be competitive and innovative when it comes to the retail market.
Tucked away in the back of this Target store in Edina, Minnesota, employees pack about 1,000 orders every day. This is one of 2,000 stores across the country that fulfill 95% of the company's online orders. It's Target's biggest play to beat Amazon and Walmart in the race for fastest shipping. As the smallest retailer of the group, it's banking on its greatest asset, this network of physical stores throughout the US. The strategy is a big departure from how retailers typically fulfill online orders, using giant warehouses to ship packages across the country. But Target is reaching customers where they are.
Over 75% of Americans live within 10 miles of a Target store.
Here's how the underdog in
We hear that same corporate speak everywhere. We heard it from Amazon, we heard it from Walmart, we heard it all across the board. 90%, 75%, 80% of all retail customers live within 10 miles of a Target store. And so that's what they're giving you as far as corporate speak to justify whatever it is that they're doing from an innovation perspective and getting you to buy into their e-commerce platforms in order to get more orders out the door, all
the
right?
shipping wars is rethinking distribution to keep up in the high-stakes battle of fast delivery.
How many of y'all, before we get into this, have ever actually ordered anything from Target online? I'll do you one better. How many of y'all have ever actually even ordered anything from Walmart online? Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you've ever ordered anything from Walmart or Target online. Put a 1 in the chat if you've ever ordered anything from Walmart or Target online. And we know that the pricing is the same across the board in most instances. So if you're going to order an electronic, a PS5, an Xbox, or whatever, it's going to be the same price as it is on Amazon, as it is at Walmart, as it is at Target, all of that. I don't really see any ones in the chat. We got over 2,100 people. Oh, okay, I see the ones in the chat now. I see y'all. Okay, so y'all have. Let me see how many of these people are ladies. Connie, Jay-Z Art Studios, Average Joe, Miss K, Miss Bree. All right, we got some fellas in there too. So it's a lot of y'all. All of y'all have ordered something from Target and Walmart. Okay, well, I didn't know, right? I didn't know that they were actually generating revenue from the demographic by which I'm having a show with. Okay, so this is relevant to you guys. All right, let's continue.
What stores as hubs was for Target, it was an intentional moment of declaring that our stores, our brick and mortar assets, were valuable resources.
As Target ramped up same-day and next-day delivery, it turned stores like this one into mini fulfillment centers. That meant designating back room space for shipping needs, like adding pack stations.
You probably will find many more stores closer to the consumer, so fulfilling from the store, you may reduce the time.
Say you order this toy set from Target online, and it's available at a store nearby. That store will fulfill the order locally. In a typical e-commerce fulfillment network, that toy might have been picked and packed in a larger center much further away. Target has only 14 of those larger fulfillment centers, compared to its 2,000 stores, so
it made a lot of sense for them to try to kind of work with.
I'm always trying to figure out how Target is able to even compete from a logistics perspective, compared to the way that basically Walmart and Amazon basically have warehouses everywhere. I mean, the former Joe Louis Arena site, not Joe Louis Arena, the former Pontiac Silverdome. The Pontiac Silverdome was where the Detroit Lions originally played at, and the Pistons at one point. And they had a lot of WWE events and everything like that. The former Pontiac Silverdome, which I explored, and that was one of my very, very first viral videos, is now the site of an Amazon fulfillment center. You see trucks as far as the eye can see, as far as electric trucks from Rivian and stuff like that, going in and out of that place on a regular basis. They basically leveled the site, and they couldn't sell it for years. Amazon basically bought the site, and they turned it into a fulfillment center. Like, all across America, and I fly to a lot of different places. When I travel, it's very rare that I do not see some kind of warehouse from some other company, some indistinct warehouse that's carrying a lot of products. And I think that Walmart and Amazon are obviously the leaders in that they're leveraging that infrastructure that they have now, that they've built up over a certain amount of years, to continue to deploy a lot of these products that they're selling y'all on a regular basis. And they're using AI, the Amazon Web Services, and all of these other technologies in order to use predictive language. And they're even using fulfillment by Amazon in order to get you out products faster. Now, comparatively, they're saying that Target only has a few logistics centers that basically serve over 2,000 stores. So Target's now pivoting into leveraging the stores themselves as basically fulfillment centers. So whereas you can order something from Amazon or you can order something from Walmart, and you can either go and pick it up from Walmart in the store, or they'll ship it out throughout the warehouse or whatever like that, right? Or it goes straight out of the warehouse and then it's a part of the delivery system from Amazon. Target is basically saying, well, we're going to take our stores and basically turn them into fulfillment centers, even though they may not necessarily be as large or as wide or as vast. But the question I think that I have is, are they as efficient logistically as these large warehouses, considering that you have over 2,000 of them, and now they're trying to turn them basically into warehouses in addition to the stores that you shop at?
What they have.
With Target's model, store employees will pick your toy directly from the shelf. Then it's brought to the back room, where your order will be boxed, taped, and labeled before it's added to this pallet for pickup. Target says shipping from a store is 40% cheaper than routing the order through a fulfillment center. But relying on stores to sell items to both in-person and digital customers comes with its own challenge.
There's a limited amount of space. You know, these are existing stores. These are buildings that already exist.
Right. So these big old huge warehouses with Target, with Amazon and Walmart, I mean, these things are massive. Now, if you go into a Target store, yeah, there's 2,000 of them, and customers, 75% of customers that can go to a Target live within 10 miles of it, but they're not as huge. The workers are not well trained. You can't transition a store over into being as technology friendly like the AI and the bots that Amazon is using in order to fulfill orders and get that stuff out the door. You then have to still depend on people, and you have a smaller footprint in order to hold all of these items in order to get these products over into the customer. And they're saying that we want to beat them based off of the time and the delivery that we can get it over into the customer, when Amazon also goes straight to your door. So you order from Amazon, Amazon is the one delivering it. Target is still depending on other carriers in order to deliver their products on top of it. So I don't see it, man. I mean, I see what they're doing. I see what the strategy is, but I don't see them beating in any way, shape, or form the innovation that's happening over at Amazon or Walmart at all.
Digital volume continues to increase, that creates strain and pressure for our
Chris Thomas says, I think you're missing this one, Anton. How am I? How am I? Tell me how I'm missing it. I like to interact with the chat. I'm cool with that. This is an interactive show. How am I missing this one? It doesn't make sense to me.
stores. Building packages in the back room. Well, the sortation center really relieves that pressure from our store teams.
The company opened this Minneapolis sortation center in 2020. Facilities like these utilize existing stores while shipping at high volume. Every day, orders are packaged and trucked from 43 local Target store shelves and brought here for sorting and delivery.
You see that? Every day from 43. Let me rewind that just to make sure that I got it right. I want to make sure that I got all of the verbiage right.
Every day, orders are packaged and trucked from 43 local Target store shelves and brought here for sorting and delivery.
So they're packaged from 43 different Target store shelves. They're packaging it, and they're sending it over into this fulfillment center. So they're working backwards. So the products get stocked on the store shelves because listen, you also got to take into consideration the labor. It's not just you guys getting your packages faster. It's also the logistics behind how many times you got to handle a package that speaks to the efficiency of whether or not they're doing it the same way. So if we have to ship it or wherever it is that you're getting these products from, then ship it over to your stores. You then have labor to put it on the shelves, and then you have to take it off the shelves when you have to get an online order in order to then fulfill it over to the customer and then possibly send it back to a location like this for them to package it and have it shipped out to you. How is that making more sense than the way that Amazon and Walmart is moving with their efficiency as far as getting products directly to the hands of the customers? Even if it takes you an additional day to get your product, the fact that they don't have to handle it as much and they're using less labor in order to do so actually speaks to the efficiency that they're continuing to invest in over at Amazon and Walmart. So how does this make more sense? Where am I missing it at? How does it make more sense? You're handling a package more than one time, which feeds into the profitability and the margins that you have in order to be able to make money from that product faster than they can make profitability from this product. Because the true cost of running a business is not just buying a product for $1 and selling it to $2. It's how much you have to handle that product from a labor perspective in order to get it over into the customer. It makes no sense logistically. Let me watch a little bit more. Maybe it's some insight that I'm missing that helps me to see it a little bit differently.
Process around 35,000 packages a day through peak. This specific facility up to 45,000 and 350,000 through Cyber Monday alone.
130 employees help the center run 24 hours a day to get through all that volume. Once your order arrives off the truck, it comes to the induction area where a worker scans it into the facility and places it on the conveyor belt.
They're flowing down through here, and they're going to come to this central area right here. At this pickoff point, a team member would stand here as the packages come in. They would read Target last mile delivery, and then they would let that package continue down this line.
This process separates the packages that Target delivers for itself, or Target last mile delivery, from those destined for third-party pickup. The orders
Look how inefficient this is. They have to depend on a human, which obviously we are all familiar with what Amazon is doing over there with their artificial intelligence and robotic. And we see how quickly those packages are running through over there at Amazon, right? Through all of their warehouses. You're dependent on a human to get it right every single time. And they're eliminating the need for humans, and then they're marketing to you and saying, well, no, this is just humans and AI working together. Okay.
Carriers like UPS, USPS, or FedEx are often going a little farther away.
It could be an adjacent market. It could be a regional hub.
But if it's being delivered in the local area, your package will flow further down this line to be sorted again and again and again.
We break that down further from target last mile delivery into partitions, or again, think about geographic areas that coincide with dispatches.
How does this make sense, honestly? And again, I'm a C student, so take what it is that I'm saying into consideration. How is this making sense? How is this logistically more efficient than what their competition is doing? I could be off. How does this make sense?
Once those geographic areas are determined, we would route those down to the specific route that one of our ship partners is going to come and make the delivery of each of these packages on that route to a guest's home.
Once your order has made it to these route carts, it's ready for the driver to pick up. Target uses Shipt, which it acquired in 2017, to make some of its deliveries. The drivers are independent contractors using their own cars.
So they trying to out Amazon, but these dudes is pulling up in their minivans. Come on, man. And you got to depend on continuously keeping a churn of people signing up to do Shipt in order to deliver these products over the... I don't see it. I just don't see it. I do not see it. Me personally, I am not investing in Target. Full disclosure, I do have an equity position in Amazon because I think that they are going to take over the world, but I just don't see it. This makes zero sense to me. For those of you that can't hear the words that are coming out of my mouth, this makes zero sense to me.
At designated times throughout the day, the garage doors open and drivers flood in. Workers push the carts out.
You mean I got to get a dude that's pulling up in a Nissan Altima delivering my package talking about they running efficient? Stop it, bro.
For load-in. Target uses analytics and data to build its delivery routes, but the thing that keeps your order moving through the sortation center is low-tech. It's this, the label on every package.
Each team member throughout the process is looking for specific visual cues that inform them which area the package will transition to. So in the initial pickoff, I'm looking for target last mile delivery, or TLMD, or something else. If it's target last mile delivery, I'm sending it down the path to a partition sort. During the partition sort, I'm looking for what partition number, and then I'm pulling those packages off, staging them on pallets that coincide with that partition number. Following the route sortation, we're going to get a specific route number, a specific package stop, and then the lane and specific location of the cart that coincides to the route.
Those details keep orders moving through the facility fast.
I miss it, honestly. I miss, as a person that considers himself a C student, I missed every single thing that he said. I checked out after he said last minute delivery. It was a number at the top of the thing. I missed the whole thing. I missed the whole thing. You not gonna convince me that manually doing this is more efficient and a better business model, especially long term, considering that Amazon and Walmart is going to continue to innovate. I mean, they got drones delivering it straight to your door within 2 hours after you click. 11 seconds. 11 seconds on average for some of these facilities at Amazon. Within 11 seconds of you hitting purchase on your device for purchasing a product, they already have their robots and artificial intelligence going to pick it and sending it over into a drone to be able to deliver it straight to your door. And you telling me that this makes more sense? What am I missing? I don't know anybody. Somebody in the chat help me to remember and help me to understand. What am I missing? Now that you guys have a back-end understanding of what the delivery model is and why it makes sense, somebody tell me, what am I missing compared to what it is that we've been teaching you and having a conversation about, as far as Amazon is showing you that, Aldi showing you that, Walmart showing you that, and the technology that's going into it and how they continue to leverage whatever it is that they're doing in order to do so. Somebody help me to understand where I'm missing it.
Since Target opened its first sortation center in 2020, the company says that next-day deliveries have increased by more than 150%. Now the retailer has 10 of these centers across the U.S.
They say it's a more efficient way to handle many more deliveries. That sort of by like getting them out of the store, getting them closer to people's homes into a place that is specifically designed for drivers or delivery services to pick things up. They can process many more items at a more profitable rate.
That has allowed us to save tens of millions of dollars over the last few years since we've opened these buildings.
But Target's strategy isn't just about lowering costs.
But that's a white lie. And the reason why it doesn't allow for you to save tens of millions of dollars is because you only slice in a pie one way. So you can say, well, it allows us to save tens of millions of dollars on this end. But then what is the labor and the cost to actually stand this type of stuff up from an infrastructure perspective? Because now they're trying to build the delivery warehouses and temporarily use their stores, the 2,000 plus stores, in order to store these products to get it out to you almost directly the same day or the next day or whatever it is, what it is. How much is it costing from an investment perspective? And this is the thing that I'm going to do a deep dive with you guys on. I don't want to stay on this too long because I got another segment that I want to share with you guys before we get up out of here. How much is it costing you to stand up? How much investment is it taking for you to stand this thing up in order to try to build out the infrastructure that they're already light years ahead of you for? So I'm going to do a little bit of research. I'm going to figure out what's going on, and then I'm going to keep you guys in the loop.